Hello, I'm AppyX Toycat, and somehow judging people based on their Minecraft worlds has become a bit of a series on the channel. I don't know how this happened either, but usually I put out the call, I ask people to send me their Minecraft realms, and I'll check out their worlds via that, and I get 4 or 5 requests. People show me their worlds, and they're kind of unique, but this week we got so many worlds sent from so many different people. They're so different and so beautiful and so interesting, perhaps we can say, but in today's video we're going to be checking out a whole series of them, so let's get started. So this first world is called Long-Term Survival, and you know what? I love long-term survival worlds, so I'm looking forward to this. I won't even be that mean, I reckon. They've been playing Minecraft for so long that they've managed to chop down an entire tree and a half. That's right, they have done a lot of work in this world, but no, I'm assuming they just moved far away from their spawn, which is tricky, but fortunately they've got a little cobblestone tower to point it out with. Wouldn't it be hilarious if this was just the entire world? They just had, yep, it's a piece of cobblestone, it leads out to that. It took me a long time to make it, but I'm pretty proud. So we're going to look around the rest of this. We're going to see that they made a tree house. I'm assuming they needed like a house for the first night, and so they made a crafting table. They've got a staircase you can't climb. What's the point of a ladder that high up? But yeah, I like what they've done with this tree. Like you can see, they've got the tree above it as well. But I wouldn't say this is a particularly impressive world. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind as I head through here, but I don't see the long-term part of this long-term survival, unless what they normally do in survival is run around in the rain. So I ran for about a few minutes that way, found nothing, but now I'm realizing maybe this is an arrow. Maybe it's trying to point me in this direction, and so I'm gonna follow my egg and hope that I find something. Oh, I found a village and a nether portal. Here we go. We're there. I mean, sure, we've lost all of our hunger, but this is the world they have built over the last few years. They've got a functioning nether portal, they've got several beds, they've destroyed at least part of a house, and yeah, I don't know, I don't understand in the slightest. Also, do you see that fox trapped in the cobwebs over there? How did that even happen? I feel sorry for that little fox. Okay, without offense, this might be a contender for the ugliest Minecraft realm I've ever seen. I have a hard time believing this wasn't griefed before I got here. I have seen nothing besides a nether portal that seems intentional in this world. It looks like someone just came through, they ransacked it, and then that was it. I don't even understand how it got so badly ransacked. Like, it's ransacked in a way that someone had to be deliberately hurting it, or someone has a very abstract style of building. I don't know which, but as my hunger is just running out, I guess we must bounce to the next world. Next up, we have Toycat. I subscribe! And you know what? That tells me that they're subscribed to the channel, but more importantly, it tells me I'm not going to spot a house that's on fire, so we know they're safe from that particular form of griefing. But what will we find? Apparently, the answer is some concrete. I really like concrete, like it's just such a solid block, and blue and yellow concrete, they go well together. I do see a house that looks like it's been griefed again, but maybe they're just partway through building it. I mean, this at least looks like they could have been partway through building. It didn't burn down. Again, we know that factually is true. And you can see from the built basement, they were working on something over here. Oh no, I don't want to grief your house. That's not what I want at all. So we're gonna take this bed, we're gonna run with it, and oh, I like this whole area actually. This is a fun little seed. Oh, and they've got a little community tree farm pass, and they've got a little time to pay box. Also, I really need to watch out around here. Oh, everything's fine. So weirdly enough, there's a couple of stone tools lying on the ground that are mostly used. I'm assuming they dropped from an enemy, but they usually drop iron shovels, so I don't even know what to think about that. We've got this really nice house. Like, you know, as far as modern house, you know, like, there's like a style of Minecraft building where you're trying to go for like a modernish house. They built a modern house right here, as you can see, and I do actually like it. I think, like, it's simple enough. They use some different woods. It's a nice first build in Minecraft that has a secret little basement where they store all their stuff. Sure, I think there's something to that. Little dog in the corner. If they have not fed this dog in a few years, I will be calling animal services. You know, is there an equivalent of child protective services for animals? There should be, and if there isn't, then we'll take their valuables. Man, imagine if the most valuable things you had in your life was 3.5 stacks of redstone and a feather. This is tragic, honestly. I think we should take the dog on these grounds alone. Let's take you, buddy. Fortunately, their ability to own animals has been kept in check elsewhere. As you can see, they have not been able to acquire the permits for any pigs, chickens, sheep, or cows. Or maybe they let the cows out. Who let the cows out? Toy cat, toy cat, toy cat, toy cat. Oh, I think this is an old-size world. You can see the very border right here. And oh, it makes a lot of sense. So they don't have access to the Nether. It's just someone who's subscribed, decided to make an old world, and is showing it to me. Okay, I mean, there is something respectable about that. It's a fun type of world. Whoever made this house, I mean, I can't fault it too much, but also, guess what I'm exactly gonna do? They've got 2 beds, 3 chests, no, 3 beds, 3 chests, a furnace and a crafting table, and I mean, the layout of those things is a little bit confusing to me. I just feel like with this much space, 1, you wouldn't start this close to the edge, because I mean, your views are gonna be mostly void, and 2, you'd maybe use it for the stuff a little better than this, but maybe I'm being picky. The final thing there is in this entire realm is this really nice bridge from an iceberg to the land. I'm gonna be honest, as far as unnecessary bridges goes, this is high up on the list. I don't hate it. I really like the bridge, in fact, but otherwise it's just like, why did you need to access the iceberg biome that badly? Were you making something out of snow? And then you look, and Arthur's not allowed in. You know, if you're Arthur, then I have to go away. And then I just have to conclude, like, who is this Arthur person you hate so much? Anyway, so as you can see, they've got an empty house. I think there is a class of person who likes building Minecraft houses on the outside way more than they like the inside. And there's a good question you should ask yourself that's like, you know what? If you're building a house that you don't intend to live in, then is it a house or is it just a structure that looks like a house? It's like the thing where when children build houses, they build, you know, like, oh, you know, or draw houses, I guess. They draw their houses like this. They're like, oh, we need to have a... Okay, that's not how they draw houses. Wait, maybe they go like... There we go. And then they go... like this. You know, this is how children draw houses. I'm pretty sure you'll find. And then they always have like the, you know, the little front door that's over here. And it's always like just 4 windows. And it's like, well, this would actually be a terrible house. Ignoring the size of this house on the roof. It's like, 1, not all houses have the roofs like that. Not all houses have 4 windows. And here's the most important thing. Most houses don't have the door in the front, right? The door is usually to one of the sides. The door should be over here in the house. And the window should be over here. I'm just saying, you know, it's like that, but inside Minecraft, what we're looking at right here. It's like, they built something that looks like a house, but it's not a house. It's not functioning as a house. It just exists for everyone besides Arthur, apparently. Anyway, with that said, next round. This next world is from Cat Beanie, who you might recall is one of the stream regulars. If you don't watch the live streams, wow, did you know I live stream on YouTube? Most people don't live stream on YouTube. Why is that? I don't know, but I like streaming on YouTube, and you should join me with that. Yeah, I live stream my weird survival projects, so if you want to judge my builds, you can do it there, and then I'll feel bad, because you know what, you don't judge in the real world. Anyway, speaking of things in the real world, this whole world is in the plastic texture pack. You might recall that. That's a sign. It's from the old console edition. It's a very weird texture pack to see. Like, it's been years since I've looked at this, but you can see it's a pretty nice world otherwise. I mean, if you ignore the fact that everything is plastic, besides the villages, apparently. Oh my god, I think I just stumbled across a refugee encampment over here. Like, what is happening over here? Cat, how did you get this many people? Look how many there are. I am horrified by the numbers of you know, this is where you send people to die. Or I guess to become... Wait, what even is the point? Is this like a village that they're just like, you know, they decided that rather than having villages in their village, it'd be much nicer if they're all in one corner in the mountain. Okay then. So you can tell, even though this is a plastic texture pack world, this is built post 1.14, so it's less than 2 years old. You can tell from the new village generation at spawn, and you can also, you know, let's go to bed. Let's deal with this in the morning. This feels like a weird video game. I know we're playing Minecraft, so this is a weird video game if we're being like factually accurate, but it feels like we've stumbled across something very weird in a lot of ways. So let's see what's up the hill. Yeah, let's see what's up the hill. I'm sure it's gonna be something great. Oh, so what they've done, I actually kind of like this idea. I despise the block choice in unequivocal terms, but they've got a pathway that's like some slabs on the bottom, some walls on the side. You can't fall off it, and it's got these nice gaps so you can see past it. I mean, again, I think it's a cool idea with better fences. Oh, they're fences, not walls. Oh, they could be walls. Honestly, it's hard to tell in this texture pack. But I'd say this with better walls, a really nice idea. Also, it just allows you to get out of the spawn village and over to this, which, as you can see, is a chest near some water. Is this a fish farm? Oh, they're farming big fish. Oh no, they just have Jeff and unnamed fish. They have big salmon. You know, see, some people ask why I play Bedrock, and I've tried to explain in really, you know, like involved terms. Like, well, there's a lot of features, controllers support natively. Like, they have the crop, you know, a lot of exclusives. There's like the placing in front of you, and like I always try to explain it, and it never goes too great. So let's just explain in simple terms. The reason you play Bedrock over Java is big salmon. What size is your salmon if you play Minecraft Java? Not even this size. What size can the salmon be on Bedrock? Big salmon, that's the answer. And even in the plastic texture pack, big salmon looks beautiful. Why is it just salmon that can come in 3 sizes? It's a question I don't know the answer to, but I figured I would let you know anyway. So after running across this huge field, all I found is this house, which as you can see is made from red nether brick. It could be regular nether brick, but I'm pretty sure it's red. And it's got yellow windows. Oh, it's another house that's in progress. I like this. This looks like a realistic house. See, you know, even though it's missing, this is literally missing a roof as well. So it's even worse than the other one. But at least this is like how a house might conceivably be. And you know, it's going to be compact and useful. And I'm just saying. Also, I've come across the sheep yard. I mean, I didn't even know you could have sheep in this big of a space without them despawning. I thought there was a max of like 32 blocks by 32 blocks. But apparently that has been far exceeded. And they have no concerns about it. Look how much wool they can collect so quickly here. So that's fun. They like having like refugee style camps for their villagers, and they like having villager style camps for their sheep. I would argue actually the sheeps have better living conditions than the villagers. So that's one way to prioritize your life. Oh, here's the smart bit about this, by the way. They put the sheep farm all the way out here, really far away from the village, so the lag from it doesn't affect them. Oh, also look how beautiful this water is. I didn't realize till just now how beautiful plastic texture pack water was. Finally, we go underground and we can see this beautiful chicken on a chest apparently, but we can see this beautiful little mine they've got going on here that even includes a minecart. See, interestingly enough, like minecarts, I guess one of the few places they arguably make sense is underground now, because you can put some like minecart chests going down there, and that way you can like go branch mining as long as you like, just send the resources back. I kind of like this. I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. This is quirky. It's not a very big minecart, but it exists and it takes you over to some lava. Okay, goodbye minecart. I feel like it's going so much faster now that I'm not in it, but whatever. So yeah, they've got a mine as well, and overall, not a terrible, I'm just kidding. I don't know what I saw. I feel like it might have been a crime against humanity, and I feel like I should report it to someone, but I'm just not sure who. So we're gonna jump into lava and show you the next world. Do a seamless transition from that lava to wherever we go next. This is Lockdown Craft, which apparently, you know, I just thought that was a name like, oh yeah, well, it's lockdown, but the idea is the realm is going to be active until the UK lockdown is officially over. So I think that's a really fun idea. I think it's especially interesting because lockdown in the UK, as of recording, is only about a month old. So this is a month-old realm, unless it's like going back to the first lockdown in March, in which case it's 9 months. But this is like potentially a month old, and you can see they've made some solid progress. Like, okay, sure, you can't really count a wooden mansion as solid progress. Like, okay, that was the game doing a good job for you. But the way they've like turned this into their own, like they've had this little pillar around the outside of it, they're kind of like utilizing the wooden mansion to look like a big build. They've built around here. They've got this giant castle just over here. I love that they somehow, like, this is a dumb thing. I love when people take dumb challenges and somehow even succeed. This is a castle that clearly they wanted to make out grass blocks only, or dirt blocks only, and then they clearly grassified it. You can see they've even stuck with that on the inside. This is a ludicrous idea, but I love it so much. Because the cool thing about grass is you can make crops if you really want to. Oh, there's a back entrance as well. I'm going through the back entrance now, it seems. Anyway, so after I go through the back door, you can see that, like, okay, what's over here then? And you can see that there's the little pillory tellus. I don't know what the words are of these things. Anyway, so they made an entire castle out of grass, and it's the most glorious thing I've ever seen. I love this. I love this so much. Also, they have a weird obsession with barrels, it seems, because this is like, I've seen maybe 100 barrels in this house. There's no way they're all filled with things. Yeah, I knew it. They just had too many barrels and had to place them down somewhere. And it's funny, there's this like perfect juxtaposition of like right next to this grass castle over here, they've got this really nice kind of like modern glass, you know, light blue glass with some polished diorite next to it. Like, it's just such a fun contrast to see those things side by side. This is, see, if you're making a short-term world, you know, I never want to be the guy who's like, never do it. I think you shouldn't abandon your Minecraft worlds, but if you're the person who likes to do something new, at least take advantage of the opportunity to do stuff like this. This is nice. Oh, they have done well for themselves, it seems, over these last months. Okay, this is Tall Tower. As you can see, it's a very tall tower, but none of that tower is accessible. It's actually a very small house. I mean, you know, can't fault the idea. I mean, I actually can fault the idea, but I'm not going to. Also, everyone here has founder's capes. Look at that. Oh, they don't know why or who built that. So, okay, you know, the one thing I like, they're like, well, you know, we have no idea where that came from. This is the Nations United building. I built it for fun. Isn't it sad that, like, most people who build in Minecraft don't say they build for fun? You know, isn't that half of the point, some could say? See, the Nether is laid out in a really bizarre way. I can't say I'm entirely understanding of it, but we're going to go to the pyramids and see what they built in that in just a single month. Oh, I like this tunnel. You know, I don't need to see the pyramids. I think I'm pretty happy with this tunnel, thank you very much. But just for the sake of knowing, for the sake of seeing it, let's see these darn... Oh, this is inside the pyramid. Okay, you know, this must have taken a dumb amount of time. This is the work of Doom Monster 12. You know, Doom Monster 12, he's been inside a bit too long. He's been trapped inside for all of lockdown. And so he has built a mega pyramid. And actually, not as far as terraforming a desert, this is a fun thing to choose to do with that. I like that. I'm a fan. I think the pyramid is one of those shapes that everyone thinks they should build in Minecraft once. Every time I've ever tried to work on it in survival, though, I'm like, oh god, this is such a boring shape to make. And I always, like, give up once I get too far into it. And so, this person has managed to do a much better job of that. And actually kind of have a purpose for it, too, of this, like... I like the way they've done this whole... It's like a floating pyramid, so it almost feels like a house as well. Like, they managed to turn the pyramid into something more successful. Thank God for the creepers not caring about me. Oh, wow. That's something. Okay, so I love this. They've built a glass thing above a ravine, which, you know, fun enough by itself, but they built multiple layers of it, and they built it out of red, so it looks kind of, to me, I mean, maybe I'm just dumb, but it looks like a blood river or something. I'm a fan of what I'm seeing here. It's, honestly, it seems like a lot of people have a lot of different building tastes. This right here is a big build that would fit in a city, but by itself, it's just like, yep, we wanted to build a house. We were really not sure what to put inside of it. Like, you can see so clearly they ran out of ideas. And also, they don't know about scaffolding. I really want to tell them, like, hey, you don't need to use dirt anymore. Scaffolding exists. Oh, wait. They did use scaffolding. You don't need to use dirt anymore. Scaffolding exists. And you have some right there. Do you think I can jump through this gap? I cannot jump through this gap. Yeah, all things considered, this is a picturesque little building. There's a lot of picturesque different builds. And I like that this shows that, like, different people... entirely different people with different building styles can fit in the same world, and then you can, like, deal with the rest later. And I also like the idea of, like, if it's going to be a short-term world, give it a purpose. The idea is we are legally locked inside by our government right now, and until that ends, we play Minecraft. You know, that's at least, that's semi-inspiring at least. Also, this is a really fast horse. I like it. I'm going to leave the horse over here and hope no one notices. So, I'll see you in the next round. Next up here, we have a 2-year solo survival. They have achievements maxed out for Minecraft Story Mode, all of the ones for Minecraft Dungeons, and they ended up in a Q&A Saturday. That's fun. You know, I like the idea of, like, collecting your achievements in one place to show off, because even though that seems weird, that's what we do in the real world all the time. You know, people have cabinets of all their collections. You're saying, yeah, I collected all of this, all of that. I don't know, I like this. Also, you know what? Lava pit that you spawn above, I didn't even realize till just now, but that's a thing. Also, look, they gave me a little box full of stuff that I can have. That's nice. And based on the fact that they were already on the realm, this is actually what they play on, but they're nice enough to give me their real, legit stuff, including shares of Silk Touch, Unbreaking, Mending, and Efficiency. They know what I like. Also, they gave me TNT. They are giving me permission to grief. So this was built pure survival on all 8 Bedrock platforms, but mostly on Switch handheld mode, with full gamerscore completion on all 8 active versions. Whoa, they are crazy. Do not take the Moo Mesa rail tunnel. It's 20 minutes, no joke. Oh my god, look at this. They have terraformed a desert, I think, into a soul sand valley, and they've even taken a village, and they've replaced it with warped planks. Oh, I am liking that a lot, actually. I like that quite a bit. Oh, look at this. They've replaced the well with a village well. I've always said there should be villagers in the Nether, and Piglin's kind of replaced that need. But I find this to be so interesting. They're all potion brewers for some reason. I guess that's the most Nethery village type you can imagine. This is so bizarre. I love it. Immediately, I have found my kin, you know? This village, it's on fire, you could say. Oh, and I can't believe I missed this detail right here. They have a kind of twisted, a corrupted desert temple, just like I do in my Nether. I love this. They went for a lot of effort. Also, should I hit it? I know I shouldn't. I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to see what's around the rest of this world. This is cool. Let's go. Oh, they've got a map on the... Oh, I love this. They put the map on the floor. I mean, they didn't finish it. You know what? I'm disappointed. But so yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go look at... We've seen the village near spawn. Really nice. We're going to go through the tunnel and see what that purple stuff is. A mushroom biome. We're going to see we're going to see a lot of things, is what I'm saying here. Oh, this is cute. They've got a little zoo in their world with ocelots sourced, and they've even like said where they sourced them from. Again, this is like a cute real world detail. Like, ooh, this is some organically sourced parrots we've got right here. Over here, we've got some skeletal horses. They've got a mushroom. This really is like a zoo. I like the idea of having like a biome zoo, like every biome inside of a zoo. It's one of those ideas I've always had in my brain. But this is a fun way of doing it. Even an entity. Wait, how did they take the shulkers? What the heck? How did they pull that off? I want to know. How are their shulkers? I'm trying to think how you even would. I guess you could like get them to follow you all the way to the. You know how you did this? I would like to know. Leave a comment down below. Dasaki V. You watch my videos and apparently comment on them. It seems. So please tell me how you got shulkers to the overworld. Because I don't know how I'd get them in the end portal, and if I did do it, it would take me hours. So, tell us how you did it. But, oh, wait, he's in the game right now. The U key on my keyboard doesn't work, so it's a real pain to type things that don't make me sound like a gangster. Like, how did yo get shulkers? Fool. They got a single-story woodland mansion. Oh, this is so adorable. The single-story woodland mansion. I love it. This really is like a museum of their world. And they got that from 35,000 blocks away to here. That is impressive.
One eternity later.
Oh, minecarts and boats was the answer. So, apparently you can get shulkers inside of boats. I didn't know that. Today I learned. That's how you do. Also, look how enchanted this gear is. Like, I didn't even know you could get. I guess you soul speed obviously is the additional thing, but this is crazy. The level of enchanted some of this stuff is. So let's continue going through. Oh, there's a little polar bear enclosure because they've got to be cold. That's cute. This is honestly, this is crazy. I am in love with your world, Dasaki V, and I want you to know that. Oh, it's a zombie dungeon invitation, but that is a real mob spawner. This whole thing has to be planned around the mob spawners too, I think. Assuming they're not, he said it's pure legit, and I'll trust him because it's all within the realm of reason. Like, if you were really faking things, you could go like a lot further. All of this is either very impressively fake, but I think much more likely it is just a legit world, and I like that. Also, you better believe it. What are we seeing? Yeah, big salmon. Exclusively big salmon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, there's one little salmon over there, but big salmon all over the place. I'm in love with the big salmon. And some squids, which is nice. Including a baby squid. How does that not grow up? Do they stop it somehow? Huh. Maybe he like... Yeah, I don't know. How does he stop the baby squid growing up? Anyway, I've got some firework rockets. So we're going to fly around and look at the rest. This world is insane. I want to spend forever looking at it. Like, oh, look at that quartz mixed with red. Oh, it's snow. Yeah, snow is... You know, given how expensive quartz is and how annoying it is to mine en masse... Honestly, using snow, red nether brick. Oh, it's not snow. It is actually quartz. It looks bizarre to me. I'm done. You know, using snow instead of quartz, I'm going to stand by that even if he doesn't. The amount of quartz he needed for this, This is a dumb amount of time spent in Minecraft, and I think I like that. I like to see monuments of people's big projects, and this little village that he lives in is definitely that. I kind of want to go on the tunnel, though, because he said it was 20 minutes, literally, and he said I shouldn't go. You know how I am with instructions like that. Okay, I'm following a road right here. I don't know where it goes precisely. I'm assuming to a mesa biome one day. Oh, here we go. No, this is a desert. Oh, he turned half the village in the desert into an end city. See, again, these are ideas that, like, could come straight. I like that people like this are out there and, like, that they somehow find my videos. Or maybe even better, they're inspired by the videos. Whichever way it is, I'm liking it. It's crazy, it's nuts, and you're not big fan. But you know what else I'm a big fan of? Desert worlds, but more seriously. This next world, which is the United Capitalist Republic. And as you can see, they're going for a Rome vibe. I always liked the Romans, particularly because I played Fallout New Vegas. And in New Vegas, the, you know, like, Caesar's Legion, like, they're just objectively the bad people. And you speak to them and they're like, yeah, we have to be known as the bad people. We have to do bad things and make people think we're the bad people. Because order's the only thing that can bring a society. If you look at the society before it failed because of liberal democratic values, where, and you know, like, the new society that's trying to replace it also is failing. So we make a deliberately autocratic society. We make things that are deliberately bad so that people can have good in their personal lives. And I think it's a terrible set of logic, but you know what? It seems like something they're following up here. Also, I love the, like, kind of, like, expanding onto the waterfront using glass, so you can always see you're above an ocean. One of my dumbest ideas has always been to cover an ocean in glass, and I'm getting a little taste of that right now. It's kind of tempting. Also, I think they like Fallout based on that kind of vault-looking logo, or maybe that's a coin. I'm not sure what I'm meant to see from it, but what I am seeing is a really nice island right here. I wouldn't call it a republic, per se. Actually, you know what? It's got a boat and it's got soldiers. It's a republic as far as I'm concerned. It's even got a little painting gallery, and they made, above the void, they made a little sign for AC/DC. They like AC/DC, they like, oh, I love this little bit. Oh, yeah, that's good. I love the way they made this map. I want to do this. I want to make a little north compass thing somewhere in my world. Oh, this is beautiful. You know, big fan. Big fan. Speaking of big fans, let's get out of here. Oh, God. They haven't slept in over 3 days, so there are phantoms above me, which is a little bit worrying. Oh, they put buttons in the ceiling. That's a design I hadn't seen before. Honestly, this place is cluttered and crazy and chaotic, but I like it a lot. I've never been so... Ooh, what happens if I do this? Oh, it's just... he just made... Honestly, this is very creative in the most hectic way, and I'm glad I've seen it. They've even got a little sugarcane farm. A very tiny, automatic sugarcane farm. But because it's been here long enough, it collects a lot of sugarcane, I guess. Oh, and there's even a Colosseum, you know? People think that they need to see Source Stats Day, and they need to see the Colosseum from there. This is just as good a Colosseum made for free by a man who loves AC/DC and republics and capitalism, and what's not to love there? So, also, I love this beacon design. Like, they've kind of, like, snuck it under the ground and made it look like something else. There's lots of very tiny things that I like about this world, but, oh, including... That's right, Sky Height Sugarcane Farm. Yeah, they're living the dream right here. The final world here is called IBX Toy Cat Judge Me. So here's a cute thing. They've named all of their little pieces of armor like Hard Hat, Blast Vest, Strong Pants, Sick Kicks. I like that. Also, then we've got like Life Insurance Plus. And then there's also this book over here that I think I should read. This is a book. I get the notification for this a day later at 2 AM, so I gave you a bunch of hand-me-downs from my previous work. Give me the hard truth and enjoy the puffs. Psst, most of my items are in shulks stored in my e-chest. Apparently this is cash money. I'm very confused by how that could be. Also, where's my boat? I deserve a boat. Where is it? You're not fine. We'll use the elevator pass tier 1. It's got Riptide 1 on, which seems a little bit of a problem, but let's see. Oh, we're really gonna have to go all the way this way on foot? I guess the ice helps because you can jump on it, but disappointed. Also, I think we need food. Let's not deal with food. So it comes into view and we see this kind of stereotypical desert saloon, a recreation of the hit store Joe's, which I am very familiar with. We see a little bit of a melon sign on the right, and then we see this, like, glorious, like, fantasy-style tower. It's not often you see a tower that, like, really pulls off the whole, like, oh yeah, it looks like it's from some weird fantasy past future thing, but this does. Then they've got a Minecraft block beneath it, and then they've got this. In my opinion, too futuristic Minecraft farm. You don't need windows for your wheat farm, do you? It's like this is like a multi-story car park, but for wheat. And like I guess they like it. And I'm never gonna tell someone what they can and cannot do, but also I'm gonna tell someone what they can and cannot do. Not this. This is my why does your wheat need to be in a multi-story car park, but such a medium-sized one? I just don't get it. Then we've got ourselves a desert. Oh yeah, it's a blacksmith chest, but they've replaced it with cake. You know what? This interior design right here is confusing. Whenever I look at a house that's like, I've been looking for houses recently. I see so many things like this where I'm just like, who wanted this? Who is this for? The cake? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I hope this is a copy of the world. Again, if you ever send me a world, please send me copies. I do bad things sometimes. I love the idea that they have a graveyard to like fallen Minecraft worlds, and honestly I love looking at worlds like this that like kind of inspire you in a bizarre way. Like it's a simple enough thing. Like they've got a pathway going between various builds. Some builds are more complicated than others. Like this is a carrot farm, a potato farm that for some reason is like it's like got creaking weird arms on each side of it. But I guess they're going for like a horror style vibe maybe. Don't understand it, but I appreciate it. Then we go this way and we see that like, oh yeah, they've got like one big center of building that seems to fade out very quickly to this. And then you can see in the background there, a really fun nether portal design actually. And then this, which is, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, one of the things that people always recommend is like, yeah, use some texture on your builds. Mix up with your polished granite and bricks is not a thing I've ever heard. But like I look in this and I'm just, maybe this is like some weird sign of attention, or maybe this is a thing that not everyone gets. But I look at this and I'm just horrified at the random splodges of brick. Like it's genuinely hurting me right now. I don't like that. I don't want to feel that anymore. So I'm going to look away from this build and look instead at this little island that they've built, which is clearly a little camp island. If you're going to have a little camp island, it's probably a good idea to keep it safe from sage rounds, but not upset about that. Oh, they got a little Herobrine spawner right here. Very, very cute little reference. Actually, this is a fun scene for like taking screenshots. I reckon with the towels in the background too, it's really nice. But let's see what they have in the nether. That's what's all important, right? They've got a sign telling me that if I do go to the nether, it'll be a recreation of their Xbox 360 base. Unless this is that. This is an interesting base. They have a cave house too. How do you get into it? I don't know. I genuinely can't. How am I meant to? Am I meant to break something to get in? Is there a pressure plate? Okay, there's a pressure plate over there. And then there's a button over here. Oh, it's one of those, it's a trapdoor. Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorite sneaky entrances. The trapdoor trick. It's been years since I've heard it or seen it. But I like that. It's one of my favorite, like, old video tips that I found forever ago. And then they've got a little throne bed. Okay, I like this. This is charming. This is cutesy. But what about his nether? Oh, the nether's like in front of a cave. That's nice. Oh god, there's a creeper in the nether. And now I'm not going back, it seems. Oh lord. So, this is actually a fun nether. They're keeping the ice fiend going. I really am meant to have a boat, it seems. Oh look, there's a little fox in here too. Oh, that's adorable. Foxes and piglins. And an almost certain amount of death. I mean, oh, I killed Ted. I'm sorry, Ted. I really hope this is a copy now. So yeah, this is the final world of the day. And it's nice. I really like it. We're gonna die before we can see anything else. But I hope that it's a reminder anyway that in Minecraft there are many ways to build. Some of those ways are different to other ways. Oh, it's hard difficulty. Some of those ways are different to other ways. But just because the ways are different, it doesn't mean they're bad. Except when it objectively means they're bad, as we've seen many times today. Anyway, I'm about to die, so thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you all in the next one. I can't even force myself to die now. Okay, I got this. No, I'm not dead. But what I am is here, back on the world from before, Because, you know, I need to see the shulkers in person. I need to see them to believe them. And today, we get to do exactly that. Man, the beauty that comes from making these sorts of things really can't be understated. Also, I love the way that TNTing shulkers is not something you get to do very often, but I got to do it today. You ever want to see some mushrooms die to TNT? I bet you do. I bet you do. I bet you do. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Make sure to subscribe if you want to know when more of these are happening, and perhaps if you want me to review your realm. I know there's so many more of these that I need to do, so we might even do another one just from this batch. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.